Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be my comic book haul from July 7th, 2021. I got some good issues here. We're going to go from my least favorite to my favorite, so let's go ahead and get started. So starting in at last place, we've got Justice League issue 64. Now the reason why it's rated so low on my pickup list is because nothing really happened. It was just Naomi training with the Justice League, her adoptive parents come and watch, and really not that much happened in this issue. There's this big threat that broke out of a trial that's happening in space right now, and it looks like he's going to be coming to Earth. So of course the Justice League is probably going to fight him in the next issue, but this issue was kind of disappointing because there was really not that much happening. It was more of just like a filler or setup for the next issue, so that's why I didn't really enjoy this one that much. Then we've got Avengers issue 46. Now this is a World War She-Hulk Part 1 tie-in. I'm really excited to see what they do with World War She-Hulk. I think it's going to be really well done, or at least I hope so. The artwork in this issue was really good, but it almost suffered from the same thing that the Justice League issue suffered from, which was that this issue was more of like a filler or a setup, which isn't a bad thing by any means because they obviously need to do that sometimes. The issue overall was decent though. Like, I would say it was definitely better than the Justice League one. Basically what happens is the Winter Guard, which is a bunch of Russian superheroes, track down She-Hulk and put her on trial. So it's a little bit of a mystery as to what's going on, but I am very excited for Avengers issue 47, and I would say issue 46, which is this one, was just okay. Like, it wasn't really anything super exciting, but I am looking forward to what they do with World War She-Hulk. Next up is X-Men #1. Now I gotta say I did like the artwork. It was a little bit different, and this is actually my first ever X-Men comic that I've bought, which is super surprising because I am a huge Marvel fan, and you know, X-Men is obviously one of the biggest character groups that they have, but now that they're starting a whole new series with X-Men #1 here, I was like, you know what, it's finally time to get on the X-Men train. So I picked this up, and I'm going to be picking up X-Men from now on, and I gotta say it was a pretty decent issue. The X-Men have moved to New York. They have a whole base set up there, and it's in a thing called the Treehouse, which literally looks like a giant tree in the middle of Manhattan. There's this big monster that shows up, and they have to take it down together, and it was pretty cool because obviously New York is like the hub for a lot of superheroes. So this big monster shows up, then the Fantastic Four shows up, and the Avengers, but the X-Men has already taken care of this giant monster, so it was really cool to just see like all of the heroes kind of converge whenever there's a disaster happening, and it was really cool to see the X-Men take them down without any help from the other organizations. So I gotta say it was a pretty solid first issue, and I am looking forward to read more about the X-Men. Next up is the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 70. This is the prelude to Sinister War, which is actually coming out next Wednesday. Really what this issue does is just sets up the Sinister Six that's going to be going against Spider-Man in the next big comic event, which would be Sinister War. Now Sinister War is going to be super cool because it's going to be a bunch of different groups of villains. So you can see right here, this is definitely going to be an all-out war, and I am super excited for Sinister War next Wednesday. I wouldn't say this issue wasn't the greatest, but it got me really excited for the actual Sinister War story. There's just going to be a lot that happens, and a lot of villains are going to be in that storyline, and I love Spider-Man's villains, so I think Sinister War is going to be a great time. I'm hoping that it's an instant classic story, but this was just a solid issue, I guess, to kind of get the hype going. But yeah, that was the Amazing Spider-Man issue 70. Next up, we've got Batman issue number 110. I love the whole magistrate thing that they did with Future State, and it's really awesome to see how that actually happened by reading the Batman comics. Like, basically what happened before the magistrate was this big organization hunting down people with masks in the near future, and it's just awesome to see that build up. Peacekeeper 01 is a complete badass, and I actually really like the character, so getting to learn his origins and seeing him go up against Batman is always just going to be a great time. The artwork in the story was really well done. Ghostmaker shows up again, which I am a sucker for Ghostmaker. He's just a really awesome character. And Peacekeeper 01 is a badass. Like, he almost destroys Batman in this issue, and Ghostmaker shows up to save Batman, and it's just really cool how menacing this character is. And if you guys did read some of the Future State Batman comics, you'll know that Peacekeeper 01 is a complete monster. Like, this guy just murks everybody in the future, and I just love reading about the origin and rivalry of Peacekeeper 01 and Batman. So if you guys haven't been reading Batman, I definitely recommend to jump into it because it's been really good so far. Next up is Batman Zeropoint. This is the Fortnite crossover event. It's also the final issue in the series, and I gotta say it was a really good run. Like, I had a great time reading all 6 issues. Surprisingly, it's been one of my favorite comic book runs in the recent months. The artwork was really good, the story was good. We get to see a brand new Batman with a new suit who's like all armored up, which you can see on the cover right here. Basically, this issue is all about Batman and Catwoman returning to Gotham and how they're able to do that, which I'm not going to spoil how they do it, but it is a very, very good story. Harley Quinn also has a big part to this issue as well, and I don't think that DC and Fortnite are done with this crossover comic book stuff. Personally, I think they're going to do a Batman and Superman Fortnite crossover series, especially because if you guys do play Fortnite, you know there's going to be like almost like a mini Superman event in about a month's time, so I definitely think they're going to capitalize on that and do a crossover comic book series like they did with Batman. But let me know what you guys thought about the Zeropoint issues, because I really enjoyed them, and whenever they release a trade paperback, I'm definitely buying it, so that's why it's rated as my second favorite issue that I read this week. Alright, now on to my pick of the week, which is Extreme Carnage number 1. This is all about Carnage coming back into the Marvel Universe, and then Agent Anti-Venom has to go and stop him. Really, really solid issue. The artwork was great. The story was great. I am just a huge fan of the symbiotes in the Marvel Universe, so giving me another story right after King in Black was awesome. There's only going to be 8 issues in this miniseries, and the first issue is all about this senator that basically wants to out any symbiotes on planet Earth and basically deport them. He's saying they're not welcome here after the events of King in Black, which is totally understandable because it was literally like an end of the world type event, and then once it's all done, the symbiotes are still on Earth, so I can totally understand why he's doing what he's doing. And then Carnage is basically the complete opposite. He's coming back and he's trying to assemble a team to shut down this whole thing, and he's probably gonna cause another like world-ending event as well. So I'm really liking the vibe of this comic book story, and I can't wait to get the rest of them. I think it's actually going to be a pretty solid, I think it's going to be a really good story that Marvel is telling, and let me know down below what you guys thought about it if you did pick it up. Dude, I'm filming, go away! And that's why Extreme Carnage is my pick of the week. I just think it's going to be a classic story, and everything about it was solid. Like, there was no real negatives that I had with the first issue, so I am super excited to see what Marvel does with this series. So guys, that was all of the comics for July 7th, 2021. 7 issues in total. I did enjoy reading pretty much all of them. Like, the only real actually disappointing one that I had was Justice League, but other than that, the other 6 were really good. I'm super excited to begin reading X-Men. I think that's like the big highlight out of this whole thing. I just love the X-Men, and I just found it hard to believe that I had never picked up an X-Men comic. I just really love the X-Men, and I can't wait to read more modern stories. But yeah, 7 issues. Leave a comment down below of what you guys picked up this week and what your pick of the week was. Did you guys enjoy Extreme Carnage as much as I did? And also, how excited are you for Sinister War? So guys, that's it for the comic book haul. Thank you again for watching. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. There's going to be another really great haul on July 14th, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But for now, that's the end of the video. Thank you again for watching. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.